to the channel Aacharya Online.
Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon.
Good morning, students. Once again on the channel Aacharya Online. This is Aacharya Ashutosh Pandey from Saraswati Vidya Mandir, Ringband, Sitamarhi. Today I am going to teach you the next part of the story, The Adventure of Toto. As you can see on the screen, in the previous video, means in video 1, I taught you up to here, page number 8, when the ticket collector told grandfather that I would not charge for tortoise because it is not a dog. So from page number 9, we shall start today's class. When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stubble, where he had for a companion the family donkey Nana. Means when grandmother knew that there was a monkey in the house, Toto was provided a home in the stubble where a donkey used to live, and her name was Nana. On Toto's first night in the stubble, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable or not. To his surprise, he found Nana, without apparent cause, pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. On the very first night, grandfather paid a regular visit to see that Toto was comfortable there with the other animals or not. When he reached there, he found that without any reason, Nana was pulling at her halter. Halter जिस रस्सी से जानवर को बांधा जाता है उसको कहते हैं. And he was trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. Bundle of hay का मतलब पुआल का ढेर, घास का ढेर. वहां से वो अपने आप को दूर रखने की कोशिश कर रही थी, नाना, जो कि डंकी है. When grandfather saw it, grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches. Haunches means back. And she jerked back, dragging Toto with her. He had fastened onto her long ears with his sharp little teeth. Grandfather became very angry, and grandfather gave a slap on her haunches. When he got a slap, she jerked back. And when she came back, she was dragging with her Toto. As you know, Toto was a mischievous monkey. What he did, उसने अपने sharp little teeth से नाना के दोनों लंबे कान बांध दिए थे. टोटो और नाना कभी दोस्त नहीं बन सके, never became friends. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the large bowl of warm water given him by grandmother for his bath. He would cunningly test the temperature with his hand, then gradually step into the bath, first one foot, then the other, as he had seen me doing, until he was into the water up to his neck. When winter season comes, this was kind of treat for Toto, because in winter season Toto enjoyed a lot by bathing himself in the warm water. He was very cunning, he was very clever, to test the temperature of the water with his hands. How did he come to know that to get into the water we should test the temperature? Because he had seen doing this the narrator. When he cunningly test the temperature, जब वो टेम्परेचर पानी का टेस्ट कर लेता था कि पानी कितना गर्म है, तो पहले वो अपने एक पैर को रखता था, फिर दूसरे को रखता था, दोनों पैर एक साथ नहीं रखता. He was very clever and he enjoyed bathing. Once comfortable, जब पानी उसे बिल्कुल comfortable लगता, बहुत ज़्यादा गर्म ना बहुत ज़्यादा ठंडा, he would take the soap in his hands or feet and rub himself all over. सोप से नहाता था वो. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. When the water became cold, he went to the kitchen. In kitchen there was fire, there's a stove, gas stove, and he could dry himself with the help of those kitchen fire because he had no towel. If anyone laughed at him during this performance, किसी ने भी हंस दिया इस performance को देखकर, Toto's feeling would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. तो टोटो के दिल को चोट पहुंचती थी, फीलिंग को चोट पहुंचती थी और वो नहाने से फिर मना करता था. One day Toto was nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. One day he was doing the same thing, but he was at the point of boiled himself alive. What happened? See, listen the story. क्या हुआ? क्यों वो अपने आप को एक दिन जिंदा जला लेता? A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea. For tea, water was boiling. Finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Finding the water just warm enough for bath, he got in, with his head sticking out from the open kettle. This was just fine for a while, until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. He continued hopping up and down for some time, until grandmother arrived and hauled him half-boiled out of the kettle. Someone has kept a kettle on the fire for the tea, and there was water in that pot. The water was about to boil, but when Toto went near the kettle, it was warm enough to have a bath. So Toto removed the lid, went inside the water, but he was sticking his head out from the open kettle, but finding that there is cold outside, he sat again inside the pot. But now the water was boiling, so he could not sustain himself there for a long time. So he stick his head again. These activities were kept for some time. He was hopping up and down in the pot until grandmother arrived and took him out. When he came out from the kettle, he was almost half boiled. So we could see if grandmother did not arrive there at the right time, he could boil himself that day. The narrator is saying, if there is a part of the brain especially devoted to mischief, इसका मतलब ब्रेन का अगर कोई ऐसा पार्ट हो जो बना हो सिर्फ किस चीज़ के लिए, शरारत के लिए, तो कह सकते हैं that part was largely developed in Toto. टोटो का वह पार्ट सबसे ज़्यादा डेवलप होगा. He was always tearing things to pieces. हमेशा वो चीज़ों को फाड़ देता था, टुकड़े टुकड़े कर देता था. Whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole in it. When any of my aunts, means the narrator's aunts, came near him, he tried to hold the dress of the aunts and tear a hole in it. होल का मतलब जानते ही होंगे, छेद होता है. उनके कपड़ों में छेद कर देता था. One day, at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. Stuff का मतलब होता है जल्दी जल्दी मुंह में भरना. So when we reached at the dining table, we found that Toto was stuffing himself with the rice, the pulao, which was kept on the dining table. Grandmother screamed and Toto threw a plate at her. One of my aunts rushed forward. जब मेरी एक आंटी सामने आई, she received a glass of water in the face. Toto threw a glass of water on her face. When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. What did he do? He took the dish of the pulao and through the window he escaped. He flew away. We found him in the branches of the jackfruit tree. When we saw outside the window, we found him on a jackfruit tree. Jackfruit means kathal. The dish was still in his hand. He remained there all afternoon. He did not came down. He was still there for entire afternoon, eating slowly through the rice, determined on finishing every grain. He was eating slowly. He was decided that I will finish even each and every grain. In order to spite grandmother को सबक सिखाने के लिए, जो कि उसके ऊपर चिल्लाई थी, screamed at him. He threw the dish down from the tree. उसने उस डिश को जिसमें पुलाव रखा था उसको पेड़ के ऊपर से ही नीचे फेंक दिया. And chattered. Chatter is a sound of monkey when monkey is very happy. When the dish broke into 100 pieces, he became very happy and he was laughing loudly. He was chattering with delight. Obviously, it was clear Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. He was not such an animal that should be kept in a home for a long time. Even grandfather realized that. We were confirmed, but after some days, grandfather also realized that Toto was not a kind of animal which should be kept inside the house. We were not well-to-do. Well-to-do means we were not a rich family and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains, and wallpapers. Because Toto was damaging all kinds of things in the house like these clothes, curtains, and wallpapers. So we could not afford it. Afford it means हम इसे बार बार नहीं खरीद सकते थे. So grandfather found the tanga driver. फिर उसी tanga driver को खोजा गया and sold Toto back to him. And Toto was sold again to the same tanga driver. But this time, tanga driver bought Toto in 3 rupees. So still you can find that there was 2 rupees loss because grandfather bought Toto in 2 rupees, in 5 rupees. And now he was selling it in 3 rupees. So there was 2 rupees loss in the entire game. So we could see that Toto was dash dash dash. Means you have to write in your copy in the very first page. I told you in the video 1 that what kind of monkey Toto was, you have to find after reading the story that he was a gentle monkey and he was a mischievous monkey. What kind of monkey he was. So now the story has completed. Write 10 points over this monkey. On the basis of that, you can say he is either mischievous or decent monkey. Today's homework for you. Write the incident in which Toto was about to boil himself alive. Question number 1. Question number 2. What did he do with the pulao dish and why? Third, why did grandfather realize at last that Toto should not be kept in the house? So my dear students, this is the second video of the lesson The Adventures of Toto. In the next video, we shall discuss the question answers of this lesson and the hard words. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you.